Hi, everybody. Welcome to Eating Peace this week. Well, I have gotten a few emergency Facebook messages and texts and emails from people saying they actually are feeling horrible about eating. They're at home working hard or not working, and they're eating. Eating kicks in, nervous eating, graze eating, binge eating. The lack of structure seems to be gone, or ideas about what's going to happen, and the nervous anxiety that sort of tends to build. It's very interesting to watch what the mind is saying about the future, what the mind is saying about what's coming up, what's about to happen, what's going on, what this means, and that eating is a good idea. Eating will make it feel better. When I have this empty time, I need to eat, or my kids are driving me crazy, so let's eat something. Just really watching the state. It'll help soothe the anxiety. Something about the nervous tension involved with eating will help relax eating. Let's do the work. Let's inquire. Just really powerful to notice this experience of the mind thinking it's a good idea to eat. In a way, it's kind of heightened maybe, but noticing it existed before too, before this whole situation where everybody's at home and social distancing, and the time of this recording, a virus happening. But we can notice like anything coming in unexpectedly, something that seems like a threat, a difficult conversation, something's going the way we don't want it to go. And a movement, maybe immediately or a few hours later, into, I'll soothe myself by eating. Or eating will make it feel better, because it's sort of compelling, because eating does feel good. It's comforting to eat, especially when you're hungry, or maybe only when you're hungry, or when fuel's required. So let's do the work on this. Just watching that nervous anxiety and what you think about that. This has to go away. This nervousness needs to be gone. I have to do something right now. I have to do something. In the Eating Peace group, we were doing the work on that. I have to do something. Do. I have to do something. It doesn't mean you don't do something, but what do we think of? Eating. I have to do something to soothe myself. Anyway, just this idea about eating, watching that happen. There's changes in many people's schedules. We're watching what's going on. Okay. Number 1, is it true that you need to do that? Coughing is happening. Is it true that you need to get rid of the anxiety, that eating is a good idea in the moment, that you have to, or you're compelled to do something, and it turns out it looks like it's going to be eating at the moment? Is it true that movement, that arc of like, woo, here comes an idea to eat and I'm going to follow it? Is it true that eating will help stop this urge? Will help me do something with this anxiety, or with other thoughts that I'm having about the present situation? Kids being around, lack of schedule, too much work, but now it's at home. All the things that, the speedy mind saying what it says, doing what it does. Is it true that eating needs to fit in there somehow, or that it's going to help? No. I just find a no. Even if you say yes, because you notice some unconscious part of you just propelled forward, like what an urge feels like, sort of zombie eating, right? It's the zombie apocalypse, and now we're going to zombie eat. All right. So even if something in you says yes, yes, it's going to help. Yes, I seem to be responding as if it's helping. Can you absolutely know that it's true? That it does, that it will? Can you know the anxiety is intolerable? Can you know that your future fears are going to come true? Can you know that you can't handle having future fears in this moment? Can you know you need a distraction? It's watching the mind come up all kinds of things about where this is going in the future, what's happened in the past, scenes from movies, ideas about feelings. What happens with you think when you think eating's a good idea? And I'm noticing I'm not stopping eating. I don't have the virus, even though I'm coughing. I just seem to have a dry throat at the moment. Do I know that's true? I don't know. All is well, though. All right, just watching. Funny. So just seeing, noticing when that there's different parts of the arc of a craving and meeting an urge. Different thoughts come along at different parts of it. Like there's before the eating, there's a picture of let's go get some food, even though I'm not hungry. And kind of how it feels right there. And anxious thoughts and where this is going in the future. And I'm going to be stuck at home forever, whatever. Those funny thoughts, all the thoughts, they're all stressful. And there's in the middle of eating when you might be saying, why are you doing this? You're not even hungry. Stop doing it right now. You shouldn't be eating this. And all that kind of stream of thinking. And then at the end of it, at the end of that arc of an urge, you know, I've continued to eat and now I'm feeling, look at you, look what's wrong with you. Why are you eating? You're still stuck in the house, or we're still in this situation that we're in. Anxiety is now coming back and ready to be present again. Maybe in the middle it was forgotten about for a moment, who knows? That the feel of the thoughts are different, perhaps in different places in the flow of life here, depending on what your mind is saying, depending on where you are. But just in all of it, you know, here I have this. I'm working with this. Just got some ideas about eating. Eating's a good idea. Eating is going to help me. Eating will help me calm down. Is it true? What happens when you think it? You eat. What happens when you think this thought? We're reaching. We're grabbing. We're going through with emotion. I have to do something. The doing becomes eating. The thing that I'm doing is I'm eating, finding some food. Just watching the other disturbances that are hanging right here in the background, even if eating is an idea and that's going on, there's other disturbances, you know. All the people are in the house at the same time, or like I've heard that from some people. I'm the only one who's working at home. Everybody else is at home, suddenly on vacation. Heard that from some people. I have visions and pictures and images of where this is going. I'm going to be laying in bed, sick. Hospitals are full. I can't breathe. I'm dying. My parents are dying. You know, the whole world has gone to chaos. So just all those pictures that are very scary, hearing in the news, right? So I love that you're here. So I just see this comment. Yesterday, I literally ate 2 days worth of food. Yeah, isn't that amazing to notice? That's what we're talking about here. Extremely stressed out. I'm working at doing better, handling the stress. Perfect. So good to see. You are not alone. I've gotten quite a few communications. So just noticing that. Watching. Here's the stress. Very compelling to think of our comfort, which is food, when we feel stressful. Times of stress. All right. I love that too, noticing eating is like taking in matter, this reality that seems to be food out here. And I'm joining one with it. I'm becoming totally connected with it. I'm actually merging, you know, chewing it up and biting and eating and masticating it, as we say, like the funny thing that is, and swallowing it and having it go somewhere in the middle of my body and go out to all corners. Like I'm just becoming one with it in the process of whatever digesting and merging is, like what consuming is. That's what I'm doing when I'm eating. So maybe there's some kind of connection as an impulse for that. It's okay to want in this time of stress. Maybe there's disconnection in the stress. So identifying those thoughts and questioning them. But let's see this. Who would I be without the thought? Eating will make me feel better. Eating's a good idea, especially when I'm not hungry. Who would I be without that thought if I weren't able to think it? It's really being with that for a moment, right? I mean, seeing it, you might have a picture of food or noticing the food, noticing anxiety, noticing stress, looking at all those future visions and pictures of where this whole scenario is going that's happening in the world. But this can happen at any time, whether there's a coronavirus running or not. Like things are happening and they shouldn't be. And I don't like where this is going. I don't like the pictures that are in my mind. I'm scared of them. Who would I be without the thought, eating will make it better? I will feel better if I eat. Isn't that funny? It is a little interesting because it's like without the thought, you could have this sort of recognition for a moment. My mind goes there like, wow, it doesn't make me feel better. It won't make me feel better. Oh no. What will make me feel better? Nothing. I mean, eating is this go-to thing. And wow, it won't make me feel better. I'll be stuck with this anxiety in this crazy world that's happening. Virus has gone rampant. But then in a way you can open up to, I am not safe. Can I absolutely know that it's true? It would be terrible to die of the coronavirus. Can I absolutely know that that's true? I know that's an odd question. But am I sure? So it really does make the issue of life and death rise up right in front of us, and how we're really in favor of life and really against death. But both happen, and they're going to both happen to all of us. I'm not saying we need to love what's going on, but just aware there's a lot of really intense fears that happen and the images that go with them. Like, do I really understand what death actually is? When I say I don't want it to happen, and those pictures that I have in my head of not having enough money in the future, or not being able to breathe because of the virus, or somebody I love dying because of the virus, are any of those things actually happening at this point, in my world? And even if they are, could it be possible to relax in the middle of it? How fascinating. All that there kind of arising and happening, and just noticing too, who would you be without the thought, eating will make me feel better? Turned around, like we do with the work, turning it around. Eating will make me feel worse. We've all had that experience. Could be just as true. Simply knowing that's it. Eating, if not hungry, will make me feel worse. If I'm hungry, eating will make me feel better. Perfect. Good then to do that. But if I'm not hungry, eating won't make me feel better. And I might be completely distracted for a while, or take out all my anxiety and anger on myself for doing it wrong. And that's not really, ultimately, there might have a little distraction involved in it, or kind of a sense of, there's a meanness to the self, but like something to concentrate on, but not really actually helping me feel better. Not eating will make me feel better, especially when not hungry. And how about eating, thinking will help me feel better. Thinking my thoughts can help me feel better. Questioning my thoughts that are scaring me half to death about where this is going and what's going on, or making me anxious, or making me annoyed. Noticing any of the thoughts that I have. Too many people in the house. I don't know what to do. I don't have enough to do. I'm too bored. I have too much to do. Whatever the thoughts are. If stressful, we can take them through the inquiry process. Who would I be without that story? Just noticing, relaxing, resting, letting it be the way it is. Turned around, thinking, questioning my thinking will make me feel better. That's what always makes me feel way better. That's what made me feel so much better, questioning my story rather than trying to do something about the story, or fix it. Questioning my thoughts. Turning them around, entering the don't know mind instead of the one that knows everything. So just seeing if I can relax even with anxiety. Sounds odd. Sit on your couch with all those images and the pictures and the anxiety about what's going to happen, and just saying, can I be relaxed right now? Do I need to do something? Is it true that I need to? Is it true that I can't handle this anxiety? Is it true that I know exactly where this is going? No. Is it okay that I don't know? Resting there, resting in that. So I love the 4 questions. Is it true? Can I absolutely know it's true? What happens when I'm believing this? You look at the specific thought. Who would I be without that story? Who would I be without the thought? And then turning it around. Eating will make me feel better. Doing that activity will make me, who's the me that we're asking about here? This identity, this individual identity. So this individual, or my thoughts, we're going here already, will make eating feel better. So let's make eating be something kind, peaceful, relaxed. Could we take in some peace and eat peace, eating peace, not having all that war happen? And if we notice the body is satisfied in the moment and eating, no food is required in this moment, can we just relax and look at what else I'm thinking so I can question it? But just noticing eating too much will not make me feel better. It works very temporarily, we think, because it makes the urge stop, right? And it kind of provides a distraction, and we're hooked up to be more comfortable when eating. We're supposed to want to eat, especially, and then be attracted to eating because we need to take in the fuel here, but then it stops there. So let's question our thoughts, all right? So lots of love to all of you who are experiencing some anxiety and some strange scheduling and some unusual things and some change. And just simply noticing, questioning my thoughts will help me feel better through change, not so much eating. And just hold still. You don't have to be relaxed and all happy. Just holding still and noticing what happens to the anxiety or the busy mind or those efforts and that intensity when you don't believe it's absolutely true. All right. Lots of love, everybody. Take good care of yourselves and sit still on the couch. Question your thoughts. All right. Just even 1 second. Who knows? Who knows what that can bring you? All right. Lots of love. Take care.